Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays and Tobago Updates Morning Show. You know, for those of you who just closed your door or you just stepped out of the room and missed our last interview, my name is Dwayne, your favorite youth host this morning. And we want to take the discussion to literacy, and we have none other than Miss or Mrs. Susanna Sandiford, CEO of the Tobago Institute of Literacy. Here in Tobago. But before we get into the interview, I just want to shout out as two special viewers. Kaylee Lewis, good morning. You know, we love you and we miss you very much. Thank you for joining us and giving your unwavering support. And we have a new, or seemingly a new viewer all the way from Monrovia, Liberia. His name is Amadou Abkene. I hope I pronounced it right, but forgive me if I didn't. But welcome to Youth Wednesdays here in Tobago, and those of you who are joining us all over the world, welcome. So this morning we want to talk about literacy. Mrs. Sandiford,
Yes.
if I'm yes, good, lovely, Mrs.
Yes.
I seen her rings, I had to see.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So welcome to Youth Wednesdays.
Thank
Tell
you.
us about yourself. What do you do in relation to your organization?
Well, as it says, the executive officer has to run the show.
Right.
And I happen to have two able-bodied assistants.
Mm-hmm.
Chika Bailey, who is the AL coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
and Lorraine Thompson, who is our chief accounts officer.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
That's really
So
nice.
basically, the three of us run the show, as we say, putting classes in as many community centers as we can
Right.
and operating using the academic school year, because we know a lot of the people who come are parents.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of inflict ourselves on them
Mm-hmm.
during holiday time is not right, because
Yeah.
that's their time with their kids.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's really nice. So how long have you been at this? And when was this institution built in?
all right, let me go back in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
1990s. Zena Puddy is the foundress of this
Oh my. I
idea.
don't even know who that is.
Oh,
But just
she's a lady.
just quickly tell us about
She's a
that.
lady that knows her onions when coming to this
Right.
literacy, and would have had the opportunity at the time to work with Alta, Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
So they opened a branch in Tobago.
Oh, nice.
But in her good wisdom, and I say that with no compunction, with her whole idea and philosophy of what Tobago is, having lived here, she understood the culture is different.
Mm-hmm.
So what appeals to Trinidad may not totally appeal to Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
So she formed her own, she broke away and she formed the Tobago Literacy Unit, right? So, and worked hard to get a venue, knocked on the THA doors for quite a number of years, and eventually things fell into place. So where we are is where they put her. And that's where I am right now, to this day, right? The old works building at the bottom of Burnett Hill,
Okay.
right there. There's a green door. Knock and come in. We never turn people away.
That's really good. What is literacy and why is it important for persons to be a part of your initiative and to be a part of literacy?
Okay. Let me tell you something. People get mixed up. Literacy is reading. It is, but before you get to the reading, you have to learn all the rules and regulations. One of it is phonics, which everybody knows now because Jolly Phonics has taken over.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows about phonics, learning to sound out the alphabet, right? Reading is once you have completed, you have a very good memory, your eyes are working well for you, you can pick up anything and read. but how did it get there? And what makes it what it is? That's where the literacy is. Literacy is that little bit down below there that tells you why is there not an I, but a Y in sky. You got me?
Understood.
And that is where we come in. We explain that. Each year, we have tutor training using a new program that was designed by UE for us, right? And I'll leave it there for the time being. When you ask me the next question.
I want to give people this sense of your presence here in Tobago. Just tell us about your years of service and how many persons you would have impacted coming through your doors, if you were able to ever quantify.
Oh, Lord. All right. Me personally, I've been here since 1984, I think, or 84, 85. I opened a school called Scarborough Montessori Center,
Oh, nice.
Murray House Prep School, because the parents begged me, open the primary section. And believe it or not, it was sheer joy teaching those children. Today I see them with their own children. Auntie, open back a school now. No, I can't do that. I'm too old for that now. And I wouldn't want to open a school and not be part of it.
Right.
Sitting down from home and running the roost. No, I can't do that. I got to get my foot in there, right? Regarding Tobago Institute of Literacy, I joined as a board member, and it would have been way back 1999, around there, because yes, that's how far back my relationship with TIL is. And when there was need for a person to sit in the big chair, as we call it, and time was running out on us to find somebody because the pay was not big.
Yeah.
This is a voluntary organization.
Yes,
Our
yes.
pay is not, salaries are not massive salaries. They are
More
what
like
you
a
call
stipend.
it is, you better believe it, for the amount of work that we do, right? And it would seem as if like we're not going to get somebody. Asked me, having had the experience of running Scarborough Montessori for 23 years before I closed the doors, right? They asked me to hold on. I'm still there.
Yeah, boy. You see, when you love what you do,
Yes,
you don't work
that
a
is
day
what it
in your
is.
life.
That is
You know,
what it is.
There's this notion that Tobagonians are, at the bare minimum, at the forefront of literacy and brilliance. What can you say to debunk that statement in your experience with Tobagonians? Because I have a different philosophy. I don't know if we share the same philosophy where that is concerned, but just tell Tobagonians, in your experience, have you been shocked? Have you always been aware that of the capabilities of the Tobagonian?
Well, it's only Tobago children, I taught, basically.
Yeah.
And all of them who are not doctors up there now and nurses up in the hospital, a couple of economists, people with their own business, youngsters with their own businesses. It's Tobago folk. Tobago has bright people. And it bothers me when you what went wrong. But you have to go back again. When I interview people who want to learn to read, adults, they will tell you they had to leave school because daddy died.
Right.
And mommy needed somebody to help her because mommy have 6 children.
Yes.
So they would have left school like at about age 10, 11, 12, having not completed schooling, having some experience of reading, or might have left school with serious reading problems, which was never detected. Because it's only now, the last 25 to 30 years, we are seeing where reading is. What's going on? Look at what happened with COVID.
Yeah.
How many youngsters, I would stand up by my front door in the office there and watch young people parading, because I'm in town.
Right.
I'm in town, so I'm seeing them walking up and down, doing nothing. And then their parents dragging them into the office. And when I ask them, I say, you like school? No. Why?
Bored.
It boring. There you go. It boring. And then it hit me. But of course it must be boring. We're living in the 21st century.
Yeah.
But we are actually applying
Yeah.
19th century stuff.
Yeah.
Read.
To Gen Z, you know. You teach your organization is centered around teaching adults and young adults literacy and literacy, sorry. You know, tell what would you say to those folks who might be very shy to come to your organization, because you would have recently had a graduation, and I think it's themed. Just tell the viewers about that as well, about your training cohort themed.
Tutor training.
Yes, yes.
All right. Before I get to tutor training, let me tell you something.
Mhm.
It is not easy for people to know, or for anyone to tell anyone that they can't read.
Mhm.
You see them at the ATM machine fumbling,
Yeah.
and they will tell you stuff. Oh, I left my glasses at home.
Yeah.
And this is if I don't go to the ATM again, because I really can't. This walking around with this thing
Yeah.
is tiresome for me. But I used to say, come up the road by me now. I just up the road, I'm going to teach you how to use the ATM. Right? The banks were calling on everybody to use the ATM and not
Yeah.
come into the bank hall, because the bank hall have zillions of people
Yeah.
doing what? Depositing and withdrawing.
Mhm.
And they were calling on help. And I remember calling one person in the bank. I'm not calling any names. And I said to her, if you help me, bring an old ATM machine by me and I will teach them how to read it. But you have to do the thing, put in the little card, all you know how to do all your things.
Mhm.
That's a good idea. And I said, all you need to teach people how to use the machine.
Yes. You know, and is these simple things that help people who might be challenged
Exactly.
want to do better and be better, and I don't think that a lot of our institutions take that into consideration. We are now moving towards a digital thrust
please.
and digitization. How have you used those technologies, whether old or new,
Well,
in your delivery?
I tell my tutors, I say, listen, take the cell phone into the classroom and teach them how to use it, huh? Because I don't think we are taking what we are in presently, which is, as you rightly say, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd century, and people still don't understand that AI is an important part of where we are going. Stop finding fault with something you don't understand.
Correct.
Right? I don't completely understand AI either. But what I'm saying is that we cannot afford to not work towards getting the young people into. This is a sore topic for me, but if we only stop and think in our education system, how much of it is, as you put it, intelligence driven, what we teach, using technology as the core. If we could only stop and think that we could get them to read more
Yeah.
and enjoy school more,
Yeah. We have a
doing
whole-
the hands-on,
Yeah.
they would stop the teaching. We talk too much as
Yeah.
teachers.
Yes. Unfortunately, this brings us to the end of our interview
It's a
this
very
morning.
short interview.
But I want you to tell the viewers where we could find your institution. How do they sign up? If there are any fees attached, just tell us before you go.
Sure. We are at the bottom of Burnett Hill, in the old works building, the old compound, where the electrical inspectorate, some of you might know it there, town and country planning.
Right.
Right? What you could do is come in, knock on the door, and say what you want to have done. Your spelling might not be all that good. You want us to help you with spelling. You read, but you can't comprehend what you read, and we help you with that. Because that's what TIL does. The program is a 3-year program if you are at the lowest rung. We do not in
Discriminate.
any way discriminate. We do not embarrass. Right? We are in our community centers. You need to find out which community center. We have flyers. You're going to be seeing them all around town. right? So that you get an idea of where you are, so you could come in and do what you have to do with us.
All right. So I want to thank you for being with us this morning, Mrs. Sandiford. Guys, this brings us to the end of this interview. Up next, we have Creed Black, reggae artist, to discuss We Don't Give a Sip. So stay tuned for that, and remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.